Hey there, it's Enderverse. Today we have a fairly light video where I'll go over mods updated to or released on the latest version of the game. Now without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Ripping up today's mod list with a collection of tiny mods. First one is improved village placement. This mod will make villages only spawn on particularly flat surfaces. That is, no more floating houses or this. The mod's idea is well thought out, and the development is amazing. What's more exciting is that the mod even supports modded villages too, though with less precision. The term VanillaPLUS has been sadly diluted, being associated with mods that are hardly close to vanilla. This mod in particular is the perfect example of a VanillaPLUS mod. Next up we have Field, a mod adding more banner background themes in addition to a feast full of new banner patterns. The banners in vanilla Minecraft were already enough to spark some crazy creativity in the community, though this mod pushes the ant a little higher with more background themes and banner patterns. Flags and other symbols have become either easier to make or possible to begin with. I'm sure your mind is crawling with ideas right now, so be sure to give the Field mod a try. Coming up we have the right-click chest boat. This is a mod that will allow you to mount a chest on a boat manually, that is, without having to craft it. This functionality is amazing, and I have a little suggestion for the author if they are watching this video. Maybe try and integrate the mod with the carry on mod so that the player can retrieve the chest from the boat through shift right clicking. I do understand if this isn't possible, but any way around it would be good too. Enough with the VanillaPLUS mods. Let's discover some sci-fi stuff. This next mod is about a cosmic cat that you can call and trade with. Let's discover the how now. So there are these alien rats that you out to hunt. Those are the currency for the trading with the cat. After having collected a good stock of them, craft this walkie-talkie. It is designed to be a one-time use to call in the cat. Drop all of your rats in the alien cat's inventory. Then hover over your preferred items. As you can see, there are plenty, and none of which are normal. There are even energy drinks that do what they do in real life. The mod's production is great, with the alien cat having smooth animations and cosmic sounds that immerse you more in the sci-fi theme. If you are building a sci-fi mod pack, this one should be a very helpful mod in driving your style home. ARKANE Domains adds a new boss to the Savannah biome, that being the Dark Shaman. Since this boss is a shaman, some of his attacks were centered around dark magic and resurrection of dead people, along with cursing you from time to time, though he was also generous with his bashing attacks. After defeating the shaman, your loot will be plenty of shamanic and demonic tools, some of which are non-operational. However, those that are working will be helpful in combat, though not to a great degree. The author has posted a sketch of an upcoming boss, which is delightful, and I can't wait to see how much this mod will progress. This next one is not a full mod. It is an add-on for the voice chat mod. It adds an in-game soundboard where you can release fun or brain-rot sound effects on the fly. The mod is client-sided, so people with the voice chat mod, but not this add-on, would still be able to hear you. The process of dropping in the sound effects is quite easy. Just make sure the format of the audio is WAV and not MP3. Next up we have Maple, a wool gel mod surrounding two new biomes. The new biomes are expansive, with carpeting leaves on the water, in addition to new types of trees that you can get all sorts of special items and foods from. One of the two biomes is a sakura forest, so naturally there had to be a Japanese house. The interior of the house is just as fabulous with new blocks like windows, along with the best feature yet, a hot spring bath that regenerates health. This is such an awesome and pleasant house to come across, and rarely if ever do you find it in the middle of the ocean like that. Furthermore, there are villages. The author wasn't as creative making this one, to be honest. They could have worked on redesigning the houses, but this is alright. You can always improve what needs improving. The author went the extra mile of adding new armors along with new weapons and naturally new tools too, all of which are made using a new type of ingots. However, there is a tiny issue. Armors are invisible. I have no idea why though. This is just a mod if you'd like to decorate your interiors, as it has a wealth of new furniture pieces, operational and static. You'll also be thrilled to have it if you are an explorative player too. Lastly, I would like to propose the addition of new animals and NPCs to the mod. Not so many, just 1 or 2 will do. Up next there is Panorama, a mod that will let you take panoramic screenshots in Minecraft. You can take screenshots using F4 by default, and browsing or disabling them can be done through this GUI. The mod is quite limitless in terms of the visuals. You would like to try shaders? No problem. You would like to try realistic texture packs instead? No problem again. Distant Horizons? I'm afraid you can't do this one. Not necessarily the mod's fault though, as Distant Horizons isn't updated to 1.21.4 yet. But once it's updated, why don't you test it for me and let me know if it's working? There's not much to say, but go and take the best panoramic screenshots. Show your creativity and display on your title screen. Etheria is a magic mod with plenty of rituals and spells to perform and create. The rituals are focused on improving the performance of tools and weapons, and I can't wrap my head around the animation and the VFX features. They are fabulous. The mod also scattered a few structures around the world, usually containing useful blocks like altars and pedestals. Others, however, don't have as much to offer, but look incredible nonetheless. There's a guidebook within the mod that explains everything about the spells and the rituals, and I do apologize for not showcasing this mod thoroughly. Though, on the bright side, you'll get to see its full potential for yourself, my friend. MinGen, similar to the first 3 mods on the list, is a perfectly VanillaPLUS mod. MinGen added a handful of simple looking and non-intrusive structures to Minecraft, each fitting their surroundings, and offer rewards to players with blocks that are hard to obtain early game, things like anvils and jukeboxes. Old-gen mods are notorious for causing lag in big mod packs. However, when it comes to tiny mods like MinGen, you could have 10 of its kind loaded and I doubt it would be a problem. This next mod allows you to enable an autopilot for the Elytra. And not just that, it also makes it possible to take off to any location, so you don't even have to take the trouble of shooting yourself up. Additionally, you can mark certain locations, much like adding waypoints using a minimap mod. This will help you establish some sort of vanilla-friendly fast travel between locations. This way, you can go do something while the autopilot tackles the trip. Just be sure to check if you have sufficient fireworks and Elytra durability, unless you want to crash midway. From my testing, I found out that the mod does work with the Do a Barrel Roll mod. However, the takeoff can sometimes be buggy or not happen at all, so it's a do it at your own risk kind of combination. Inspection is a feature most prominent in FPS games, and in the sphere of modding we see in mods portraying set category of games like Timeless and Classic 0. This next mod added a similar feature to vanilla items and tools. You can now inspect basically everything in the game. However, some items or tools will inspect more appropriately than others. Among the compatibilities of the mod, there is a compatibility with the integrated BBR on shaders, a compatibility with some resource packs that change the weapons and tools, along with a compatibility with new tools from foreign combat mods. The mod has lots of potential, an endless path for improvement. The author could add different animations for different items, immersive sounds, and even make the hands visible when displaying the items, though these are just my own suggestions, and not requirements by no means. Icarus is a mod that builds upon the Elytra, using said equipment to craft a superior flying equipment, the wings. The wings here have terrific models along with fabulous animations, particularly when flying. The propelling of the wings is not reliant on fireworks or any external factors. Just press the control key to fly forward rapidly and smoothly too. However, I have to mention that the wings sap your hunger bar pretty substantially, but will force land if you don't have enough satiation to carry on the trip. This mod is pretty well known, but surprisingly enough, I've never showcased it ever before in my channel. So here you go, my friend. If not a fun play, then at least a fun watch, I guess. This mod is pretty obvious from its name. The weather toast will slide these toasts whenever the weather condition changes. either it's clear, raining, or thundering. This mod, just like the MCInspects, has lots of potential, particularly for built-in compatibility with mods that add new weather conditions. So I hope it doesn't get left out. Next up we have Cyra, a mod that looks a bit sci-fi, though I don't know enough to categorize it as so. The mod adds this dimension with flying fish everywhere. There's red fish and blue fish as well. From their movement, I reckon they have the same movement patterns as tropical fish, though with different animations and models. The biomes here are quite colorful, with all sorts of blocks, some of which are even emissive. Cyra also contains other features like special dungeons and armors to be crafted, though I could not find the dungeons for some reason. Cyra is currently experimental. It would not even work with sodium, and should not come as a surprise given the week-old lifespan of the mod. This next mod, although it may look like it, doesn't add anything functional to the game. Instead, the author designed particles that resemble moths, spiders, and crows. These particles have special conditions that allow them to appear. For the moths, it's any lanterns during nighttime. For the spiders, it's near cobwebs. And the crows, only trees, and rarely fences as well. I have seen such a feature on the popular add-on Realism Craft, and they do help add in a sense of wilderness to the world. By the way, for said add-on, I do have a mod pack inspired by it. If you want to try it, link will be in the description. The Rift is yet another mod adding a new dimension to the game. This time it is stabler and works with sodium as well. The Rift is a wide, but not a tall dimension, being covered from atop like the Nether. Here you will find plenty of emissive plants along with vanilla-themed mobs, in addition to disturbing ambient sounds and atmospheric fog. Said mobs are quite vicious, almost impossible to defeat. There are also special new blocks and plenty of new features that are yet to come, so follow the author for any upcoming updates. This next mod is quite unique, adding a Zipline tool that is easily crafted and highly gratifying to use. The Zipline cables are sadly not included within the mod. You will need to install other projects that feature ropes and cables. A brief list of said mods is to be found on the mods webpage. As mentioned earlier, the Zipline tool is quite fun to use. It interacts dynamically with the cables, with your hands visibly using the tool, in addition to the camera tilting according to the orientation of the Zipline. This is a very fun game to play with friends. It may also be used as a background gameplay for YouTube videos and whatnot. Approaching the end, we have Enderverse Cataclysm mod. This mod is not new, I know that. However, it was updated to 1.21.1 fairly recently. The special about this update is the opportunities that opened with it. Many 1.21 mod packs will be able to simulate a highly adventurous theme now. The good thing about the 1.21 update is how fast the game loots, and the butter smooth performance as well. I know 1.20.1 will remain dominant for a while, but as more and more mods update to NeoForge 1.21, we'll be witnessing truly amazing yet optimal RPG mod packs. And we wrap up this month's 1.21 collection with the Spooky Doors mod. With this mod, you will have new doors which open quite differently. Upon right click on some of these doors, they won't open right away. Instead, they will simulate the dragging of your mouse, along with having a horror creaking sound in the process. The first time I installed the mod, I was dumb enough to think that it was a feature for all doors. So be careful, these doors are not the same as vanilla doors. This mod can be great for custom mobs, along with horror mod packs and Halloween mod packs too. Thanks for watching. I make these monthly collections to cover mods on the latest version of the game, so be sure to check last month's collection if you would like. Subscribe and turn on the bell to stay up to date with what's going on the modding scene. And I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.